に元気をあげてくれ。
Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Now, obviously, always very important to check the news. This is the notification for the update on the Blue Kaioken Goku Dokkan event. So obviously, they're going to be getting 2 more stages added. And the STR Blue Kaioken Goku will be coming to the Japanese side of the game. Now, I know that a lot of you are global players, so this probably doesn't even really apply to you. But if there are some of my subscribers who are only JP players, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I would be curious to know sort of the demographics of global versus JP players. I imagine most of you are global players. But I'm going to definitely want to do some showcases and stuff on this guy. But what I want to do right now is I want to go over his info. You know, we don't really need to go to the Twitter because he's already in the system, if you will, on the Dokkan Wiki and such. So I want to go over him, and I want to go over the God level units that awaken that are also going to be a part of this celebration. Hey, what is up? So this is the main attraction of this celebration, right? This dude, I just want to point out, is like super good, and we're gonna go over why, obviously. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, yeah, he's like really good. But this is final superpower, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, Kaioken. So as we know that Kaioken in parentheses is a big deal because you can run him with other blue Gokus, unlike the AGL one, right? That is technically considered blue Goku in the eyes of Dokkan, even though he's got the Kaioken aura and the whole deal, right? So let's kind of go over the rest of his info. His leader skill is Reps of Universe 7 or Universal Survival Saga, Category Key 3, HP 130, Attack and Defense 170. So I've mentioned before that for short events, I prefer attack and defense 170, and then, you know, obviously you want 170 all the way around, you know, but in reality, this is usually what we get. We usually get HP 130 or defense 130, right? So in this particular case, however, this category is so limited, I think I probably would have preferred the HP 170. Because quite literally, there are 2 LRs on the whole entire team, and they're both summonable LRs, you know what I mean? So, like, your HP is not going to be very high. You're going to be, like, sub 400,000 HP, so I actually wish it would have been HP 170 in this particular case. But again, I've stated my case before, right? But anyway, let's go over the rest. His super attack is the 10 times Kaioken God Kamehameha. And he is going to greatly raise attack and cause immense damage to the enemy. Very nice to greatly stack attack. It just makes him, you know, be able to hit so insanely hard. His passive skill is to fight the best fight. Attack and defense 59%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 10% with each attack received up to 59%, plus an additional attack plus 59%, and attacks effective against all types when performing a super attack if HP is 59% or less. Boy, that is a mouthful, so let's kind of digest it a little bit. So right off the bat, he's getting attack and defense 59%. That is unconditional, right? So he gets an additional attack and defense 10% with each attack received, up to 59%. So he's going to get a separately calculated attack and defense, 59%. So essentially, he's got to get hit 6 times to maximally sort of activate that part of his passive. And then he's going to get an additional 59% in attacks effective against all types when performing a super attack if HP is 59% or less. So I also do want to point out that this can happen mid-turn, which means you could, in theory, heal before you attack with him, and this will sort of go away, right, if you want to save it for later. Just kind of something you find out after using him many, many times. So this is like that separately an additional separately calculated attack stat. So this is like when AGL LR Gohan gets that additional 58% attack when there's a Goku, or is it 59% attack when there's a Super Saiyan Goku on rotation. So it's a similar type of thing. So what does this mean? Essentially, this means on top of him greatly stacking attack and then getting this monstrous attack buff, he hits so insanely hard. And I just want to point out, like, I don't think JP players quite get how insanely powerful he is, even without the active skill, which we'll go over. Let's go over the active skill first, I guess. So causes ultimate damage and raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. Similarly to like LRB Pan, right? Except she gets 33%, or then Bardock and Gine get that 20%. Is it 22% maybe? I forget. For 2 turns. And can be activated when HP is 59% or less with 3 or more reps of Universe 7 category allies on the team. So on that team, the reps of Universe 7 team, which we need characters for, please, for the love of God. He just is a whole new level of broken. He essentially, like in something like Super Battle Road, or if you're running Legendary Goku and you've got 3 reps of Universe 7 on your team, this dude, he truly is just like insane, crazy, can one-shot any phase you're in. Generally speaking, if you've at least got him 1 stack of a super attack, and then you perform the Spirit Bomb, and he gets hit a couple times, I mean, guys, he does the most insane amount of damage. He'll one-shot almost any enemy. I mean, truly. He can one-shot UI Goku, UI Goku, assuming you get a crit. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. And even without the Spirit Bomb, he's ridiculous. And the reason why, it sort of has everything to do with his passive, right? So he's getting a ton of attack and defense. Keep in mind, he's going to be solid defensively. Like, he'll start to take damage, against, like, Blue Goku. But, it's type disadvantage, right? And then that's some of the more difficult content in the game. I don't want to make this too long, but I just want to point out, like, his links as well make him insane, right? Godly Power, Warrior Gods, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Tournament of Power, Over in a Flash, and Fierce Battle. I have no issue with him not having, like, Prepared for Battle or Shocking Speed or anything. He's got 2 major key links. Now, Tournament of Power is a bit more limited, but generally speaking, you're going to have him linked up with someone who has Tournament of Power. You're going to have him linked up with, I don't know, like Evolution Blue Vegeta or something. They'll share Warrior Gods and Super Saiyan. You'll have him linked up with... realistically, I guess you could link them. Who else could you link them up with? My favorite linking partner is the AGL, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, the Easy A one. That's my favorite one to link him up with. They at least share Over in a Flash, so, it's not usually a big deal to get him to Super. But those 4 major attack links are another reason why he hits so damn hard. This dude hits harder than STR Cooler. I just want to point that out. Like, he hits harder than him. And he actually can provide support to the rotation. I think the leg up that Cooler has is his versatility. Cooler probably just a little bit better defensively, but not a ton, but a little bit better. I do like Cooler's team a lot more. You know, Transformation Boost is ridiculous, right? You know, Reps Universe 7 is, you know, kind of whatever, right? It's just such a limited category. Universal Survival Saga, obviously, you've got some super powerful characters. You know, LR Kaioken Goku comes to mind. But I don't know, man. It just like, this dude is so good. He's so good. I want to showcase him. Again, I think that he's one of the top 5 TURs in the game, even without the Spirit Bomb. Even if he didn't have the active skill, he'd be a top 5 unit. And again, I think some of these JP players are going to figure it out. His categories, Universal Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Reps Universe 7, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Bond of Master and Disciple. An insanely high attack stat, almost 18,000 attack. I believe he is only second in the game in terms of like attack stats, non-easy ATURs. I think he's only second to the Tech Majin Vegeta. That's the only one who's higher than him. And Majin Vegeta can't hit nearly as hard as this guy, especially as consistently. We're going to definitely showcase him. I want to do some sort of you know, some support unit, sort of B-Pan active skill shenanigans with him, and we'll be able to get him a ridiculous attack stat. You guys will see just how insanely hard he can hit. Even without his Spirit Bomb. Even without it. I mean, I want to point that out. Even without it, he can hit insanely hard. So anyway, guys, let's kind of go over the rest. I know that this is like, you know, this is going to be the longest section of this video for sure. 12 key multiplier, 150. His first additional 59% is calculated separately from his initial 59%, as I mentioned, resulting in a boost of 152.81%. So essentially, when his attack is fully built up, he's got 152.81% attack. And then his third is additive on top of his second, which results in a boost of 246.62, ridiculous. His 30% from his active skill is also calculated separately, resulting in a maximum boost of 350.606%, in addition to having all attacks for that turn being effective against all enemies when performing a super attack. And then that great raise of attack is by 50%. So he's super good. Again, I'm going to showcase him. I want to show you guys just how good he is. But we actually do have a few more units to go over. And again, I apologize. This is the longest portion of the video. So let's check out the next one. All right, so this is our boy Bergamo. Cunning, counterattack, Bergamo, giant form. So obviously he is on the giant category, right? Came out December 9th. That is no shocker there. Same day as the Blue Kaioken. His leader skill is extreme class, key 3, and then 80% to stats. Maximum number of turning giant form, +1 for all allies. You know, so not a terrible leader skill, but that's not really what he's here for. His super attack is the Danger's Triangle. Causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises defense by 30% for 9 turns. So he's got, you know, a very nice stack of his defense for 9 turns on top of his insane passive. So his passive skill, powerful counter attack. Attack and defense 30% with each attack received up to 300%. A rare chance of turning into giant form when HP is 80% or less. So this 300%, there is no other unit in the game like this where they get both attack and defense and then up to such a huge percentage, so 300%. If you link this dude up with, for instance, like Android MVP 17, yeah. And you can run them on Siblings Bond. You can run them on Universal Survival Saga also. They're just ridiculous. His defense is insane. He can't take damage even from STR, UI Goku, or from Super Battle Road, or from anything, right? Just get him 1 or 2 super attacks, let him get hit 1 or 2 times, he's good. I mean, truly, like, same thing with, like, Kaioken Goku, LR Gohan. You know, if they get hit before their passive builds up or before they stack their defense, yeah, they're going to get fucked up, right? So that's just kind of how it goes. His links: Brutal Beatdown, Infighter, Brainiacs, Coward, Transform, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle. So not the craziest link set, but, you know, not too bad. You could also run him on Giant Form as well. He's got that Transform link. He's got Fierce Battle. He's got Infighter. You know, not terrible. You know, it's usable, right? And Brutal Beatdown as well, right? His categories are very limited. Universal Survival Saga, Giant Form, and Siblings Bond. I like him best, I think, on the Universal Survival Saga category. I mean, Siblings Bond as well. Again, you can link him up with MVP 17. And then you can see his stats. His stats are a little bit on the low side, but with that monstrous... I mean, 300% is monstrous to attack and defense, so it doesn't really matter. What else do we need to know about this guy? His additional defensive boost from his super attack is calculated separately. As a result, he can reach a maximum boost of defense plus 900%, not counting additional super attacks. With an additional super attack every single turn, he can reach a maximum of defense plus 1500%. There's not another unit in the game like this. I want to point that out. There's just not. There's just not another unit in the game like this. You know, I know that the one that came out with the anniversary, the Trunks card, the Trunks and My card, they can get a maximum attack stat of like over 1000%. There is no one in the game who can reach defense 1500%. There's just not. So Bergamo is really, really good, provided you get him 1 or 2 supers and provided he gets hit 1 or 2 times. I certainly would recommend giving him max additional in the potential system because he's really going to be useful defensively, right? So let's go over some other big-time studs that came out. Okay, so this is Definitive Strength, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. This is the newly awakened, you know, tech blue Vegeta, right? So he is definitely, I would say, the best blue Vegeta that we have in the game. Even better than Evolution Blue Vegeta, surprisingly. So his leader skill is very good. Worthy Rivals, category key 3, 120 to stats, or tech type key 3 and 90% to stats. This is, of course, relevant because not many people have Dokkan Fest Piccolo. So you can actually run the Worthy Rivals category. So his super attack is the God Final Flash, which is going to raise attack and defense and cause supreme damage to the enemy. And remember, that is an infinite stack. So combine this with his passive, he's just ridiculous, right? So he's going to be really good in SBR. He's going to be really good against the Legendary Goku event with that infinite stack of his attack and defense. His passive skill is experience from real fights, attack and defense 20% per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense 10% if it is a tech key sphere, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to tech key spheres. So another cool thing that they've sort of fixed moving forward is it's not like going to change tech key spheres to tech key spheres, right? So tech is always going to be excluded. And then also, just keeping in mind, we are going to go over the Goku as well, but they are essentially the same unit, right? Just different typings. So this means that he has the potential of getting 30% per key sphere obtained, attack and defense. So he's going to be super, super good offensively and defensively. So let's go over his links. Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Prodigies, Super God Combat, Resurrection F, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. His categories are Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Vegeta's Family, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, and Bond of Master and Disciple. So some very, very good categories, right? He's going to fit in well on any single one of these categories because he's self-sufficient, right? You can just drop him on any team and he's going to be good because of this key sphere changing ability. His stats, again, a little on the low side, but it doesn't matter. It really does not matter because he's just getting such a ridiculous amount of stuff on his passive and on his super attack that he's just valuable no matter what. And then, you know, nothing really else to know. 12 key multiplier, 145%. So this Vegeta, I really, really like. You know, again, the best blue Vegeta in the game. Just for kicks, though, I know that I mentioned they're the same unit. Let's go over the Goku as well. So this is Decisive Kamehameha, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, the Fizz Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Oh, hello. So let's go over him. Leader skill, Bond of Master and Disciple, category Leader, key 3, and then 120 to stats, or Fizz type, key 3, and 90% to stats. Again, a very, very nice ability. If you guys were smart, you didn't summon on Future Gohan's banner because it sucked. So you can actually run this category, right, with a Future Gohan friend. His super attack is the God Kamehameha, raises attack and defense, and causes supreme damage to the enemy. An infinite stack, of course. And then attack and defense 20% per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense 10% if it is a physical key sphere. And then he's going to change key spheres of a certain type to Phys key spheres. His links: Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Kamehameha, Super God Combat, Resurrection F, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. Now, this Super God Combat link is really interesting because essentially only he and Vegeta share it. Like, for instance, like Tech Golden Frieza has it as well, like the EZA one. So I think for sure we're poised to get sort of like a Resurrection F category or something like that. And then actually we'll be able to utilize this link, because if you link up this Goku and Vegeta together, they're actually very, very good. They share almost the full link set, except for Kamehameha is replaced with Prodigies maybe, but they essentially share the same link set, and having that additional 15% attack is really, really nice for them. So his categories: Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, and then Bond of Master and Disciple. Again, we can see his stats there. Nothing else to really know. And this is it, guys. These are the units that we'll be getting. Hard to know which EZA we'll be getting. You know, I'm going to go ahead. I guess I'm going to predict right now. I'm going to call my shot now. They're going to get the AGL Rose. And then if they don't, I mean, you'd like to think it would be Spirit Sword Trunks, right? I'm really curious to see what they do with Spirit Sword Trunks. I think with him having this nuking type passive, they could really do some interesting things with him. But that is the video, guys. Slap a like if you enjoyed it, and then of course consider subscribing if you're new. I love all you guys. Thank you for the support. Catch you in the next one. Later.